Hello everyone, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily contents. Well, Everton nil, Liverpool nil, match reaction. I know it took me a while to come on here. It's just depressing when you're drawing against your rivals, if you know what I mean, people. And there's no bigger rival than Everton and Manchester United to Liverpool Football Club. Yes, Man City have their moments because of the title challenge we always produce with them and finish 1 point behind on a regular basis. After yesterday's performance, I took time out just to see what is actually going on with our football club, and I just thought of a few things that I want to share with you. So let's talk about this, people. Let's do this. Yes, people, welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. So, after yesterday, the 0-0 draw at Goodison Park against Everton, I took time out just to see what's going on with us. Should we all be upset, and how can we claw back the points and get our season up and running? Because if you look at us right now, we're stop and start. We've got 2 wins on a trot, and now we've got a draw again. We lost a game. We had 2 draws before that. It's just too many of the same stuff happening, if you know what I mean, people. And we've got the display on the pitch, which is similar to the previous one, if you know what I mean. If you look at the Everton game, it's similar to the Newcastle one, but on the Newcastle one, we got a lucky win on the last second of the game. And then you look at the Everton one, we nearly got a win in the last second of the game when Salah hit the post. Obviously, T-Rex Pickford saved it. But what's going on with the performance? We're not asking to win every game. I know we can't do that. It's part and parcel of life. But the performance is horrendous, people. We're not actually doing anything on the pitch that's get you out of your chair and looking forward to an attack or anything like that, and then next game or something like that. It's just boring. How can we go from one of the most exciting teams in the world to one of the boring teams in the world all of a sudden, in a matter of a couple of months? It's not even years or anything like that. We just finished the previous season with competing with 4 trophies, and we could put blame on players, but it's a collective is the issue here. From the backroom staff to the management to the coaches to the players, everyone has to be stand up and counted now. Everybody from this moment on at Liverpool Football Club has to come together. You could have those little meetings, it ain't working. Yes, you could perform after Man United, a terrible Man United performance. But what about the consistency after that terrible Man United performance? Yes, you beat Bournemouth 9-0 after that. And then you beat Newcastle 2-1 after that, which was lucky. And they had a goal disallowed, which I still don't know how it was disallowed. They could have been 2-0 up. They could have won that game, basically. So, how can we move forward from this, people? I looked at it, obviously, the Everton game. This was the starting lineup. Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Tsimikas. That's the defense. That's not our normal defense, but that was the defense that played. And then you look at the defensive midfielder is Fabinho, the regular defensive midfielder, the mainstay of the team. And then you got Harvey Elliott and Carvalho in the middle. Those two don't normally play together. There will be a time we could do this kind of formation, but this wasn't the game, if you know what I mean, people. Like Everton, you need battlers, you need people that's going to put their foot where it hurts, head where it hurts. which we didn't do in this game. They dominated Paul Carvalho and he had to come off. In order for him to be a regular starter on the team, you don't put him against Everton, do you? You need a home game against the Bournemouth or someone like that in that ilk. But you put a pressure on the kid like coming on like that, that's just the wrong way to go about it. Especially playing in a central midfield role as well, with the most important area of the team, the engine of the team, which doesn't even make sense. And then you got Darwin Núñez back up front with Salah and Diaz. Darwin Núñez, yes, he was suspended for 3 games, but Firmino was playing like out of this world in the last few games, in my opinion, and he has been the best player in the team. He's created chances, he scored goals. He was selfless as his defensive side as he always is. So like when you don't have that up front against Everton, which you need, it's difficult. Yes, Núñez will become a good player at Liverpool. He will score a lot of goals, but we should have just brought him on as a sub. Then it would have been easier for him to integrate with the team. And then when the team is tired, the opponents that is, he could have probably grabbed a goal from there. If you know what I mean. When the team is tired, it's better for players who are goal poachers to come on, so you could just disrupt their actual rhythm. And we didn't do it. It was just all over the place. We brought on Firmino in half time. And yes, the game changed a bit. He brought on a little bit of life into the team. He had a few opportunities, which wasn't wide of the keeper. And if you look at the shots we had on target, everybody's saying Pickford was man of the match. It wasn't really a difficult save for him. It's straight at him. You know what I mean? If it's wider, then like Firmino scored against Nick Pope at Anfield in the Newcastle game. Then maybe we could ask like a couple of questions. What's going on with our finishing power? You know what I mean? But it was just straight at him. That's why he was man of the match of the game. Do we have to panic, people? It's a bit difficult to say that because our first 11 is the team, innit? Without that team, let me show you this is the team. You know what I mean? A lot of players get criticism on a regular basis, but this is the team. You got Alisson in goal, you got Trent, you got Matip, you got Van Dijk, and you got Robertson. That's our back line normally, and probably Konate and Matip and Gomez, switch around, or Gomez or Trent switches around. So you look at this team. This team is like the best team that we can have, and probably one of the best teams in the world as a collective, as a unit. You know what I mean? You could say Henderson is out of form, but like I made a stream about Henderson, what's wrong with him. I said about Henderson was the reason he's playing the way he's playing is because he hasn't had a rest period throughout the last 2 seasons. Normally that's what he has. Rest period means he gets injured because of his body, the way he's body moves. Like he gets injured a lot because of the physique, the way he is. He looks. Alex Ferguson mentioned it a long time ago. The reason Man United don't want to buy Henderson is because of the movement of his body, and he will get injured a lot. And he wasn't wrong about that. But for some reason, in the last couple of seasons, last season and this season, Henderson has been fit throughout. So he hasn't had a lot of rest periods. So I'm assuming he's getting a lot of injections on the pain that he has. Because sometimes I see this young man kick a ball. He's a young man because I'm an older man. Kick the ball and he struggles to put his leg up. And I'm thinking to myself, something is not right here, man. Something is not right here. And I look back at his performances like in the past. He has rest periods, which is the injury part of things, and he's already got injured. Like I said, that's what happens to him. Now he's gonna have the rest period. He's gonna come back a different player when he comes back from injury. And everybody says he's past his sell-by day. He's old. No, he's 31. The peak of the prime. You know what I mean? Look at Messi and them. They're still performing at the age of 34, 37. Ronaldo. So I'm looking into things like this. Some players, why are they underperforming? You look at Robertson as well, one of the best left backs in the world, but he hasn't been like that for a few years. Why? Because he's playing every game possible, and he's refusing to have a rest, which he needs. That's why you got Tsimikas on the bench. So I'm hoping Tsimikas gets a run in the team now because he deserves it. You can't really judge him on the Everton game. He could he could have his like 10-game run now, and Robertson can have a rest and come on like what Tsimikas was doing during games. And we move on from this. Like, I could swap Tsimikas with Robertson in this team. So this is the team that hasn't been together yet. And the last time they were together was the Community Shield, I believe. So the Community Shield showed when they are together against Man City, versus Man City, we're more of a force. But when they split apart, we're not a force anymore. So our first team is be or end all. That's what it is. These youngsters like Harvey Elliott and Carvalho, they will become great players, but they need to get into a team while they're winning, not while they're underperforming, which is why we're struggling on a damn pitch, people. And they can't come into their own, if you know what I mean. So they have to like instead of starting from here in the middle, they have to start from here to get up to the top. So it's going to take them time to eventually to get there. And I'm worried about some of the senior players as well, like Van Dijk, Fabinho, Diaz, Salah. They're really underperforming on the pitch. And sometimes you got to take the game by the scruff of the neck and get a goal or push forward. And they're not doing that. Even from set pieces, like, we're not scoring from set pieces anymore for some reason or another. You know what I mean? Yes, we score after that sometimes when the set piece happens and the ball ricochets outside the box and someone comes in and they cross it in and they score. But what about like straight corner? What about, you know, from a free kick or something? That doesn't happen. So this is what I'll come to the realization in the last day or so, like what's going on with Liverpool Football Club. Our first 11 is be or end all, in my opinion. Once they get back together and start performing again and, you know, getting up that table, getting the points that we have to get, I think we'll be fine. But after that, now we've got Arthur. He needs to start playing on a regular basis. Now Henderson is injured. Thiago's coming back. And everybody else around the club is fit apart from Henderson. Maybe we could like push up the table and, you know, play with consistency in the team as well. I'm not expecting Thiago to be fit throughout, but be fit enough so you could actually, you know, push us up that table. We don't want Arsenal and, you know, the likes of Arsenal and Tottenham and Man United and Chelsea and Man City like getting away from us. That's the last thing. I'm more worried about Champions League spot at the moment than the actual challenging for the title. So yeah, we need to like change the way we're playing, and I wouldn't panic, Liverpool fans. You know what I mean? Klopp always said like just believe in the team, believe in himself. You know what I mean? And he always said we must turn from doubters to believers. And yes, we're evolving at the moment and we're becoming a different team. We're not playing as exciting football as we expect due to the lack of the first team players, but still believe in this man. You know what I mean? He got us to places we've never thought we would get to. At one stage, like, I gave up. I said, you know what, after Brendan Rodgers, you know, that season that was terrible, we had Paul Lambert and all these guys, what is the actual point, you know, thinking like we could challenge for titles? And this guy made us rise up again and talk like we're one of the biggest clubs in world football, as we were before, but we're even bigger now because of his influence in the team. And yeah, just be believers, people. He will get it right again. I don't want to hear no FSG. Yeah? I don't want to hear no Klopp out. We will get it right on the pitch again. We're building off the pitch, and next it's going to be on the pitch, and we'll see where we go from there. But listen, everybody evolves. Ferguson evolved back in the day. Paisley evolved back in the day. Shankly evolved back in the day. Dalglish and his first stint evolved. You know what I mean? It happens to everyone. Fagan. Every single time a team gets older, we have to like change up. Sometimes it takes up like a while, but eventually it will work out. Like, you know what I mean? So I've got nothing to worry about other than, you know, the performances. Just give it your all, Liverpool players. What worries me is players don't want to get into like 50-50 challenges and win it because, you know, the World Cup is around the corner and they don't want to get injured. If we're going with that attitude on the pitch, I think some of those players, and I know who I'm talking about, he's the main man at the back, maybe just put him on the bench and get someone that would put where his head hurts. So maybe this is what we need. Maybe sometimes we've got to play Matip, Gomez, or Gomez, Kanate, Matip, Kanate and Gomez. Maybe that's what we've got to do. I mean, because I think Van Dijk plays a lot of games as well as Robertson. So maybe this is what we'll do. And about Trent as well, people, let's take it easy on the youngster. I mean, like, I know he looks like an arrogant kind of player, but if he keeps doing what he's doing, passes that's impossible, and then as soon as the opponents gets those passes, they lead to goals. That's something for the coaching staff and the management to deal with, not us. I mean, he's doing that because that's what he's been told to do. Play your game, make sure you get the ball to the players, even from difficult angles. And he's trying to do that, but it's not working. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's just take it easy on the kid and support him through this bad period of his career. He's still young, isn't he? So he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. So yeah, so that's what I got for you for the match reaction. Our next game is Napoli away in the Champions League on Wednesday, I believe. So I don't think I'm not gonna be doing a live watch along because I'm working night shift. But I'll be back for the Wolves game over the weekend, 3 o'clock kickoff live. I'll be live here, so please tune into that. And yeah, you know, the good all the other stuff. Please, people, like, share, subscribe. The subscription is getting bigger. The likes are getting bigger, and if you're on other social medias such as Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just come to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Much appreciated for everyone that's helping us out, man. I think every other day is like 10 subscribers, and we're on the road to 1,000. We will get there one day. We will get there. And all I wanted to do is get there, just to get control of the channel. It's not a popularity contest. I don't really come on here just to say, I told you so. You know, I told you about the team, and you know, I was right all along, to get, you know, support in that way. It's not always being right. It's the issue, people. It's the way. Sorry, it's not always being right. It's getting Liverpool back to where they belong. It's the way of the channels, Liverpool channels, in my opinion. And I've got no agendas. No Liverpool fans should have agendas. We should always support our club through thick and thin. And yeah, just sort out the problems we got. That's what we've got to do. Don't ever doubt Klopp, though, people. Like, that's the wrong way to go about it. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.